Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. Today I'm going to be going through my TBR for the Magical Readathon, as well as my TBR just for the month of April. For those of you who aren't aware, the Magical Readathon is hosted by G over at Book Roast. I'll link her video down below. It is a readathon based at Hogwarts where basically you choose what career that you would like to take, and you have the prompts for these careers. Each prompt correlates to a type of book, and you complete these prompts in order to pass your exams to get the career of your choice. This is my first time doing the Magical Readathon, and I have chosen graphic designer. So for the graphic designer, there are 4 prompts. The 4 prompts are ancient ruins, charms, history of magic, and transfiguration. For Ancient Ruins, it's to read a book with a heart on the cover or in the title, and for that I'm going to be reading Change of Heart by Jodi Picoult. I started this book a while ago. I never really got to finish it. So in this book we follow 3 characters. Their names are June, Shay, and Michael. June has lost her daughter, and so we follow her devastation of losing her family. Then we follow Shay. He's in prison and he's being sentenced to the death sentence. And third, we follow Michael, who is a pastor, and he goes to speak with Shay. When he goes to talk to Shay, he's questioning everything that he was taught about religion, about forgiveness, about good versus evil, and he even starts to question himself and his beliefs. I think this is going to be a really, really good book. I've read several different books by Jodi Picoult, and she's actually one of my favorite authors, so I'm excited to pick this one up. The second prompt was charms, and that is to read a book with a white cover. For this, I'm going to be going with Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. I read Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, and I loved that book. I could not stop talking about it after I read it, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. I don't know too much about this book. I just know that we follow 2 characters, Nora and Oliver. Nora has a deep connection with the woods, just like the rest of the women in her family have had, and it leads her to this boy named Oliver who supposedly disappeared in the woods years ago. Basically, when she comes across Oliver in the woods, she's trying to figure out how he ended up there, why he's still there, and Oliver has secrets of his own that he does not want to be found out. So I think this will be a pretty interesting book. I've heard really good things about this, and since I really loved Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, I have really high hopes for this one, and I think I'm really gonna like it. The third prompt is History of Magic, and that is to read a book featuring wizards or witches. For this one, I don't actually have the book, so I'll put a picture right here. I'm listening to the audiobook, and it is A Fistful of Charms by Kim Harrison. This is book 4 in the Hollows series. This series is an urban fantasy set in the city of Cincinnati and its suburbs, and it follows Rachel, who is a witch, and she works with the law enforcement to take down witches, wizards, vampires, people who are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. It also follows her relationships with Ivy and Jinx, who are her roommates and friends, and it follows their relationship throughout the stories. There are demons, witches, wizards, vampires, werewolves, pixies, and I'm loving this series so far. I started it back in December, so I'm really excited to read the series. I want to say it's about 14 books long. I may be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I'm really excited to continue on with the series. And the last prompt for graphic designer is Transfiguration. That is to read a book or series with shape-shifting in it. For this prompt, I've chosen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I chose this book because I haven't read this series in about 8 years, so I'd like to revisit Harry Potter and see how much it's changed for me since I've grown. I just want to really dive back into this world and get a new view on it since I'm a little bit older now. And those are all my prompts for the Magical Readathon 2020. On top of that, I am going to be reading a couple other books. I'm going to be reading Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. This is the third book in the Hunger Games series. I read Hunger Games back in February. I read Catching Fire in March. I'm going to be reading this one in April. I am excited to read this book. When I reread the first two, there were a couple things that I had missed when I read them the first time, so I'm excited to read this one and see the difference from when I read it a long time ago versus now. So I'm excited to pick this one up and be ready to read book number 4 when it comes out in May. Hi everyone, it's Emily from the future. I had to leave my video early last time because my daughter started crying and my husband was at work, so I had to go and take care of her. I thought her nap was going to be longer than it was, so I'm here now recording the rest of my video. I left off saying that I wanted to reread Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. So the second book that I'm going to be reading during April is called The Sight by David Clement-Davies. I'm about a third of the way through this, and I'm hoping that I can either finish it or just get a good chunk of this done in April. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting through this. I read this, this is my cat. She's distracting me. This is Gypsy. But I am having a little bit of a hard time getting through this book, so I'm hoping that I can get a good chunk done or either finish it. I'm not very far into it, so I don't really know how to explain this too well, so I'll just read you the synopsis. It says, in the shadow of an abandoned castle, a wolf pack seeks shelter. The she-wolf is about to give birth and her pups will not be able to survive the harsh Transylvanian winter. But something more threatening than snow and wind stalks the pack. A lone wolf, Margra, possessed of an mysterious and terrifying power known as the Sight, and with her travels a raven, a bird that feeds on the dead. Margra's arts shows her that one of her pups born beneath the castle holds a key to power even stronger than her own, power that could give her control of this world and the next. But the pack she hunts is brave and loving. They will do anything to protect their own, even if it means setting in motion a battle that will involve all of nature, including the creature wolf fears the most, man. So this is pretty interesting. I'm hoping that I can finish it. So if you guys are participating in the Magical Readathon, let me know down below what career you are going for and what books you are reading. G put a lot of hard work into this, so I'm really excited to be able to participate this year. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!